Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to today's reading from Brilliant as the Sun, a retelling of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, the Universal Order. We are going to be reading from chapter 21, The Sun's Motion. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatam maham bande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Parikshit pulled his shawl around his shoulders and glanced up at the night sky with its magnificent panorama of stars clearly visible in the darkness. Where was the sun now? It was difficult to comprehend its movements. How it created day and night at different times in the different planetary systems, why day and night varied in length, and how the sun produced the seasons. Verses 1 and 2, Shukadev smiled, understanding Parikshit's mind. My dear king, so far I have described the great disk of Bhumandala. The dimensions I gave you are the estimations of learned scholars. Experts compared the universal egg to a wheat grain with two equal halves. Similarly, the universe is divided into two equal hemispheres. The space between Bhumandala and the heavenly sphere is outer space. Verse 3, the sun travels through outer space, heating, illuminating, and maintaining the entire universe. The sun's speed varies. Sometimes it moves slowly, sometimes swiftly, and other times moderately. The length of days and night vary as the sun moves through the different zodiac signs depending on whether the sun is traveling below, through, or above the equator. Verses 4 to 6. When the sun passes through Aries and Libra, day and night are equal. When it passes through the 5 signs beginning with Taurus, the duration of day increases until it reaches Cancer. Then it gradually decreases month by month until day and night are again equal when the sun once more reaches Libra. As the sun passes through the 5 signs beginning with Scorpio, the duration of day decreases until it reaches Capricorn. When it again increases until the sun is once more in Aries, then when day and night are again equal. As the sun travels through the north, the days grow longer, and when it travels through the south, the nights grow shorter. Excuse me. Verse 7, my dear king, as stated before, learned scholars say that the sun travels around Manasottara mountain in a circle whose circumference is 95 million yojanas. There are 4 great cities on this mountain. In the east is Indra city, Devadhani. In the south is Yamraja's city, Samyamani. To the west lies Nimalochani, Vayu city, and to the north is Vibhavari, the moon god's city. Sunrise and sunset occur at different times in these places. Verses 8 and 9. The living beings on Sumeru mountain, lying as it does in the center of the sun's rotation around Bhumandala, receive sunshine all day and are thus always very warm, as at midday. The sun has 2 motions. In one it keeps Meru to its right and in the other to the left. When the sun rises in one location, those living diametrically opposite to this place will experience sunset. I'll repeat that. When the sun rises in one location, those living diametrically opposite to the place will experience sunset. Similarly, if a line was drawn from a point where it is midday to the opposite point on earth, at that point it would be midnight. Verses 10 and 11. Moving from Devadhani to Samyamani, it traverses 23,775,000 yojanas in 6 hours. It travels from there to Nimalochani, then on to Vibhavari, and finally back to Devadhani. Thus, it rises and sets in various locations, and in the same way, the moon, along with the other celestial luminaries, appears to rise and set. Verses 12 to 18 now. The sun god's chariot travels through these 4 residences at a speed of 3,400,800 yojans in 48 minutes. Now that's a revelation to all of us. This chariot has one wheel, which is known as Samvatsara, whose 12 spokes are the month. So the chariot has one wheel, which is known as Samvatsar, and whose 12 spokes are the months. The 6 sections of its rim are the seasons, and the 3 parts of its hub, the 3 Chaturmasyas, or 4 monthly periods. And as we know, at the moment we are going through the 3rd Chaturmasya. One more to go when we will be in Kartik finally. One side of the wheel's axle rests on Mount Sumeru, while the wheel itself rests on Mansotra mountain, continuously rotating like the wheel of an oil pressing machine. Attached to the axle is a supporting strut, exactly as seen on an oil pressing machine, 1/4 the length of the axle itself, fixed to Dhruvalok by a subtle rope of wind. The sun god's chariot is 3,600,000 yojans long and 900,000 yojans wide. Its horses, named after the Gayatri and other Vedic meters, are harnessed to a yoke 900,000 yojans wide. As he controls them, the charioteer Arundeva looks backward toward Surya. There are 60,000 thumb-sized sages known as the Valikilyas who stand before the god, eloquently praising him. There are also 7 pairs of celestials who take turns worshipping the sun god every month. The concluding verse now, verse 19. Thus I have explained the sun god's orbit through Bhumandala, traversing 95 million yojanas at a rate of over 2,000 yojanas in a moment. I'll have to repeat that because even I haven't been able to comprehend that. Thus I have explained the sun god's orbit through the Bhumandala, traversing 95 million yojans at a rate of 2,000 yojans in a moment. So this was all about the sun's motion. And it's absolutely such a fortunate experience to read the retelling by Krishna Dharma Prabhu and Chintamani Mataji, because if we read the Bhagavatam ourselves, as we have tried in the past to read through it, we just read through it without understanding the nitty-gritties and the message behind each shloka which is written there. But when we read this as the retelling in such simple explanation, it becomes so clear to us. So next time we will be reading from chapter 22, Motion of the Planets. This was only a small chapter, but I don't want to start another chapter. I will start maybe later in the day. That is also a small chapter, because there's so much to take in. And as we know, nothing in this creation would be there if the sun god wasn't there. Sun is the Lord himself in a different incarnation, also known as Surya Narayan, helping all its creation to fulfill their desire. And as we know, we have to relate all our desires with Lord in the center, so that they will be fulfilled. We know that whether good or bad, they will be fulfilled by the Lord, our desires. But if we have Lord in the center and we think of everything as which is beneficial to Lord in some way or other, then definitely we will definitely inch closer to the Godhead. And that is our ultimate goal, to get closer to Lord. And I feel so fortunate that I have been given this opportunity to read these chapters here in India, and it makes me really emotional. Thank you for joining, and we'll continue later in the day. Hariam Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.